Hi and welcome to a video. Welcome to this video, not just any video, this one. Welcome to this video. This video is a special one, and I'll tell you why. It's special because it's going to be one of many. That seems like a contradiction. Well, this is the first of many as we explore N ways to play N notes. And this is in particular part of our subsection, the 2 ways to play 2 notes. Starting with the orange card. This little tower of power, right there. Yeah, 2 notes right next to each other in a 7-note scale. So in a do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, it's going to sound like do, re, re, mi, fa, so, la, ti, do. Now, here's the piano keyboard. I hope the buddy cam is picking it up adequately. Ooh, look at that pan. Slow pan for dramatic effect. All right. So you know about the 2s and the 3s by now, I hope. If not, there should be another video in the future. I haven't made it yet, to be honest, but I got plans. Should be coming out pretty soon. But if you take a look at the keyboard, we have our groups of 2 and our groups of 3. How else would you be able to play this song? I don't know. The world falls apart. Okay, it doesn't. It's still together. But taking a look at this, yes, we have an asymmetrical repeating patterns. Well, I guess it's symmetrical every octave, but it's asymmetrical somewhere in between that octave. If that makes any sense. All right. What I'm talking about is 2 different ways to play 2 notes on this 2-note tower that only has 2 floors on it. So that means it could be do, re, mi, fa, so, la, ti, do. And every single note, every single pair of notes that we should call a step, I think it makes sense to call those steps, is either going to have a black key in between it, since we're in the key of C. Where is it? Where is my hand? Is my hand invisible? Like literally. Oh, there it is. I'm like, it should be there somewhere. So there's my hand. And I'm playing 2 notes, so I can see that there's a key in between. It's not being used. There's my whole step. That's one of the 2 different ways to play 2 notes. At least according to this tower right here. As we get into the other 2-note cards, you will see that they also have 2 ways to play 2 notes depending on, which card it is. But always 2 for 2. And I can see that, oh, this is another step that has a black key in between. Those 2 notes sound mysteriously closer to each other than my other notes did. And that's the E and the F. And as you can see, either on this keyboard or perhaps you're familiar with your own keyboard or just keyboards in general, you're going to see that there's no black key in between the E and F because we now know for sure that that is a half step. Baby Shark. I'm not going to play Baby Shark. I'm just going to say the name those 2 times, and that's it. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take this card through all 12 keys. I'm going to do a different pattern for each one, and let's see. As we do this, we're going to pay attention to which note feels like it's the root out of the group. I'm going to do another video where I have it backed by root tones, or a backing pedal tone. But right now, let's see. Which pattern will you hear from me? Ooh, I see a 3. And let's see, number 2 in the triangle. 2 in the triangle, 3 on the box. Ah, that's the one. Oh, I'm in a different key. I was in C sharp by accident, but I'm going to go into C. I'm going to move it up and down. Repeat that top group. Cool. All right, now I'm going to go to a new key. Well, in order for that to have sounded the way that it did sound, all of the whole steps and the half steps needed to be in exactly the right place. So that's something to think about. If you're playing by ear, your ears are going to tell you where those steps are as you're playing. All right, so I see a 4 in a triangle and a 4 on the square, so let's go there. 4 in a triangle. So it's going to be like this. I think, to me, the last note feels like it's the root note. So what I'm going to do is the first group is going to land with the root note on the do. But wait a minute, I said before that this is going to be in a new key, so I'm going to go one click over in the circle of fifths. This is going to be in the key of G. Sorry, I was clapping for you for sitting through that. No, I'm just kidding. All right, let's keep going. Oh yeah, another pattern. Now I'm going to be moving to the key of D. I see a 3 in a triangle with all 1. 3 in the triangle with a 1. The key of D. That's the pattern right there. I'm going to start on what feels to me like the root note. It feels like the first and last note, since it starts on the same note as it ends, is the root note. I'm going to play that going up and down the scale right now in the key of D. I'll repeat the top group as I bring it back down. And I'll play as best as my guitar brain can keep up with this. All right, very cool. I want to go to the key of A. A. Okay, I see a 4 in the triangle again with a 2 on the square, so that's going to be this one. It sounds to me like the second note is going to be the root, so I'm going to start on the 7 so it resolves into the 1 like this. Then I'll go up. Oops, I hope the body cam's picking it up. Alright, cool, let's go to the next one. I was just in the key of A. That means I'm going to the key of E. I see, I guess that counts as a 2 in the triangle. I see a 2 in a triangle. And I see a 5 on the box, so that means it's going to be key of E. Oh, it sounds like the beginning of the Jurassic Park soundtrack theme. Do-do-do, some notes, and there's dinosaurs, and they're looking around. Those are the original words. Did you know that? They were not. Okay, anyway, I'm going to get back to playing this. Yes, it was a 2 in the triangle with a 5, and I thought that sounded like Jurassic Park, but here we go. Repeat the top group again. Why not? Let's go to another one. We should be going to the key of B, which I discovered is the same key as this. Oh yeah, that's right. Oh wait, I don't want to get a copyright strike. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. Okay, getting back to it. Oh, thanks. All right, I see a 2 in a triangle and a 2 on the square. So 2 on the triangle, 2 on the square. Ooh, that's going to be going up and then right back down. In the key of B. Ooh, I made a mistake. I want to fix that by trying it again. Here we go. Oh, wrong key. Boy. All right, let's keep going. I'm going to now go to the key of F sharp. A 2 in the triangle and a 3 on the box. I think I did this one before, but that's okay. I'll do it again. Okay, so that's going to go like this. There's our do right there. I think I'm going to start on the re and go like. Okay, cool, that works. Let's keep going. I'll roll these again. Now we should be going to the key of D flat, and I'm calling it D flat. You can call it C sharp if you want to, but I prefer D flat. All right, I see a 4 in a triangle. Only 2s or 4s in the triangles today. What's going on with that? And I see a 2 on the box, so it's going to be, oh, I think we did this one before as well. But this is going to be in the key of D flat, so that's our, actually, you know what? I'm going to start it on the 7 so it lands on the root. That sounds like it's on the do now. 2, here we go. a funky good time. Let's keep going. All right, so now that was a key of D flat. I think the next one is going to be A flat. That's the this key. All right, so finally a 1 in the triangle, which means that I need to find a 1 or a 2 in a circle. Let's re-roll that for 1. I see a 2 in a circle. All right, so let's see. That's just going to be the key of A flat. I'm going to start on the B flat so that it lands on the A flat for the first group like this. Okay, let's do it slow. 1, 2, here we go. Cool, that was A flat. The next key for me is going to be E flat. Let's see, flat. I mean, E, not C flat, E flat. All right, so 3 in the triangle, finally getting some odd numbers in the triangle, and a 4 on the little cube. I see which one that is. Interesting, very similar to what we just did, but in the key of E flat, starting on F. Bring it back down. Okay, cool. That worked. That was E flat. That means we're getting really close to completing our circle. Let's get to B flat. Listen to the dice. Watch the dice. I see a 3 in a triangle, and I guess I can go to the top. No, I want to see the 3. I see a 3 there, I see a 3 there. All right, so that means I'm going to use this 3 right here. I'm going to use that 3 right there. Ooh. This is going to be the happy birthday variety. In the key, which one? Oh yeah, we're at B flat now. Sounds like happy birthday. Bring it back down now. All right, cool. Moving on to the next one. I think we got one more key before I would start again at C, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to leave it with F. All right, I see a 4 in a triangle, and I see a 3 on the top. So, I'll use that. Okay. In the key of F, it's going to start on a G so that it lands on that F predominantly like this. That's going to be the unit of the pattern. Here we go. That's right, I'm bringing it back down, bringing it back down. Okay, cool. So that was it. That was a nice whole set that demonstrated this card. And the reason why it sounded like a major scale is because when I played that, all of the whole steps and all the half steps were in the right place. Otherwise, it would not have sounded like I was doing the same kind of an exercise in the same kind of a scale. So, I hope that that was interesting food for thought for your relative pitch awareness. I will say that today's video has been brought to you by none other than the actual cards that I'm using, gnöd-möd. You can go check them out. There's links down in descriptions and probably even comments. Maybe. All right. Well, thanks. I'll see you around. Take care. Be well, my friend. Peace.